Before I stuck to city nights and short trips, I used to take calls way out past the highway. Airport runs, motel pickups, people stranded after missing a bus. They paid decent and the roads were empty after midnight, so I didn't mind the quiet. One night made me stop taking those jobs for good. It was around 1:30 in the morning. Dispatch sent me a ride request near an old gas station off Highway 41. I knew the spot. Just fields, 2 dead streetlights, a boarded-up diner with a half-collapsed roof. No houses, no cameras, no open stores. Most drivers ignore those calls, but I'd done a bunch before and nothing weird ever happened. The road out there is long and straight with no lights, just darkness and trees that look like they're leaning in. I had the heater on low because the cab gets stuffy fast, and the radio was playing one of those late shows where the host talks more than the callers. About 10 minutes from the pickup spot, I saw someone ahead on the shoulder. At first I figured it was a farmer, maybe a breakdown, maybe drunk. As I got closer, my headlights lit him up clear. A man, standing dead still, facing the road. He wasn't waving, he wasn't walking. He didn't even step back from the light. Just stood like he knew I'd stop. I slowed down without thinking. Reflex, I guess. You see someone alone out there, and you assume they need help. When I got close enough, I rolled the window down a bit. "You call a cab?" I asked. No answer. He wore a long coat that looked too big or too old. The hem was soaked or muddy, hard to tell. His shoulders didn't move, not even to breathe. His head was tilted just a little, like he was looking at the hood of the car, but I could feel him looking at me. "Hey," I tried again. "You all right? Need a ride?" Silence. No wind, no cars, no insects. Just that feeling like the air got heavier. I didn't see a car broken down anywhere, no lights, no bags, nothing. Most people at least wave or back up from the road when a car pulls up. He didn't react at all. I didn't get out. Something in me said, "Don't." I pulled the car forward about 10 feet so he could come around to the back passenger door if he wanted. Habit. That's when I checked the side mirror. He wasn't in it. I looked out the windshield. He was still there, right in the headlights, clear as day. But in the mirror, nothing. The space where he stood was just darkness and bushes. My hands went cold on the wheel. I didn't ask another thing. I just eased back onto the road and drove off. The mirror stayed empty. A minute later, the heater shut off by itself. I didn't touch the dial. The cab temperature dropped hard, like someone opened the doors. My breath fogged in front of me. My fingers felt numb on the steering wheel. I checked the rear view. Something was sitting in the back seat, not moving, not making a sound. Just a dark shape like a man leaning forward, head down, shoulders hunched. I didn't turn around. I didn't speak. I just focused on the road and said in my head over and over, "No, no, no." I drove faster than I should have on that stretch. Every bump sounded like someone shifting behind me. The radio cut out completely. The only sound was the tires and my breathing. About 5 minutes later, lights showed up ahead. An all-night gas stop near the next town. I pulled in fast, parked by the pumps, and as soon as I braked, the heater came back on like normal. My breath stopped fogging. The mirror showed nothing in the back. I sat there with the engine running and both hands on the wheel. My legs felt weak even though I hadn't moved. I finally got out and pretended to check my tires just to have an excuse to walk around and breathe. When I got back in, I didn't accept any more highway fares. I drove straight back to town. A few days later, I brought it up to another driver I knew who used to take the same calls. I didn't even finish describing it before he said, "Was he wearing a long coat?" I said, "Yeah." He asked, "Did he look wet, like from a ditch?" I said, "Maybe." He nodded slow and said, "You saw him. People think he's a drunk or a lost hitchhiker, but the ones who stop don't stop twice." I asked what that meant. He just said, Next time you see someone on that road who doesn't wave, keep driving. Ever since then, when I'm on a back road at night and I spot someone on the shoulder, I don't slow down. I don't roll the window down. I don't check the mirror right away either, just in case. Because sometimes a person on the road isn't a person waiting to get in. Sometimes they're already in the back seat.